Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today, we're going to be going over my NHL playoff predictions. So, the NHL playoffs are set up so that the top three teams in all four divisions make the playoffs, plus the two wildcard teams, so the two best non-top three teams in a division. So then the conference winner, or the best team in the conference, plays the second wildcard team, and the other division winner then plays the first wildcard team, while teams 2 and 3 in the division play each other. So, and then it's essentially where the winner of each division, sort of like division little mini tournament, ends up in what is eventually the Final Four and the semifinals. So starting off in round one, we have, in the East, we have the President's Trophy winners, the Florida Panthers, taking on the Washington Capitals. So Alex Ovechkin missed the last few games of the regular season with an injury, but he is good to go for game one of the series. I think the Panthers will make it past the Capitals in 5 games here, because they aren't the best team in the league and didn't win the President's Trophy for nothing. So Panthers in 5. Next, we have the Maple Leafs against the Lightning. This was a very, very tough series to predict. I have it going 7 games, but I do have the defending champion Lightning advancing in 7 games. So I think this will be a great series. The Lightning are looking for a three-peat, as they've won it back-to-back years already. The Maple Leafs are a very talented team, but I do think Tampa gets the win. Next series, we have the Bruins against the Hurricanes. So the Hurricanes are coming off their best regular season in franchise history. They've had great goaltending all season long, and I think the Hurricanes are going to sweep the Bruins here in 4 games, getting the win. Next series, we have the Rangers against the Penguins. So the Rangers have Vezina Trophy favorite Igor Shesterkin on their team, and the Penguins are without their all-star goalie Tristan Jarry. So the Rangers already begin the season with a series with a huge advantage, with the Penguins being without their top goalie. I think the Rangers take the series in 5 games. So on to the Western Conference for round 1. The Avalanche taking on the Predators. The Avalanche were just dominant all season long. They have elite offense, and the goaltending was above average all season. I do think the Avalanche get the win in 5 games. Next series, we have the Wild against the Blues. Another very, very tough series. The Wild have a great goaltending. The Blues have been good, but between 2 goalies. The original starter, Jordan Binnington, he had a bad year and is more of the backup now. I think the Blues will get the win in 7 games. Great series, very, very tough to predict. Next, we have the Stars against the Flames. So the Flames are built for a run at the Cup this year. They were great offensively and have one of the top goalies in the league in Jacob Markstrom. I'm going Flames in 5. And the last series of round 1, we have the Oilers against the Kings. So the Oilers are led by 2 stars, Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl. And the Kings are without defenseman Drew Downey, and they've been without him for a while, but they are significantly better when he is on the ice, and he will not be available for the series. And when you're missing your top defenseman and the other team has 2 elite goal scorers, it's typically not that good. I have the Oilers winning in 6. Round 2 predictions, back to the East. We have the Panthers against the Lightning, another series I have going 7 games. 2 great teams, great series. I have the Panthers coming out on top. Second series of round 2, we have the Hurricanes against the Rangers. 2 great teams. The Rangers challenge the Hurricanes for the top spot in the Metropolitan Division at the end of the season. 2 great goalies, Frederik Andersen and Igor Shesterkin, who I referenced before. Andersen has struggled in the playoffs before, earlier in his career. I think it's great series, great goaltending. Rangers advance in 7 games. On to the Western Conference. So we have the Avalanche against the Blues. So the Blues have had some defensive problems this season, and the Avalanche, they have one of the most potent offenses in the league. The Avalanche score a ton, as I just referenced, or said, as they have a potent offense, which is essentially the same thing. So that's a recipe for disaster for the Blues. Avalanche advance in 5 games. Next, we have the Battle of Alberta. We have the Flames against the Oilers. 7-game series. Great series. I think the Flames do get the win because the Oilers don't have a ton of depth behind their 2 stars, McDavid and Draisaitl. and that could be crucial to two back-to-back long playoff series, as I have their first one going 6 games and this one going 7 games. Flames advance in 7 games. Eastern Conference Finals, we have two great teams, the Rangers against the Panthers. I've gone back and forth on this so many times. I think the Rangers will make the Stanley Cup, and the deciding factor was the Panthers struggle to hold leads. They've blown multiple goal leads multiple times this season, and the Rangers are a very, very resilient team. I have the Rangers advancing in 7 games to reach the Stanley Cup final. In the Western Conference Finals, I think either of these teams could win. I think either of these teams could win the Stanley Cup. But I'm going Avalanche in 7. Very good series. Avalanche move on. And in the Stanley Cup Finals, we have the Avalanche against the Rangers. So the Avalanche defeated the Rangers multiple times in the regular season. And I know one game in hockey isn't really like one game in another sport, where it could be like if one team wins, they're guaranteed to win again. It's completely different in hockey. I think this will be a 6-game series with the Avalanche taking home the Stanley Cup. So the Avalanche are my Stanley Cup champions, and Nathan MacKinnon, I have taken home the Conn Smythe Trophy for playoffs MVP. So those are my NHL playoff predictions. Make sure to let me know who you have in the finals, who you have winning. So let me know who you have in the finals and who's winning the finals. So I have Avalanche over the Rangers in 6 games. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. I do my best to post as often as possible, and I will see you in the next video.